a new video lecture. Today we will discuss a very new topic related with the influence line diagram. In this lecture, a UDL with its span length is very small when compared with the total span length of the beam. Travels from one point to the other point. At which point will be the bending moment will be maximum? We have to find out. So listen very carefully. Okay, each terminologies are very important. So a simply supported beam with its span length is L is given and a UDL W per Newton meter is traveling or crossing this beam AB, and at which point the bending moment will be maximum. So we will assume in this case, let's just take the point C be our maximum point. Okay, we have to formulate, there is a condition. Okay. So if the point is C and let us assume 1 kilonewton is traveling, so we can draw an influence line diagram for bending moment density in this format, isn't it? So the maximum ordinate, let us assume YC, and this point will be tail point. Okay. And this point will be head point. Okay, for this UDL, the end point will be tail and the starting point will be head point. And we have placed in such a way that, and we will draw a diagram in this format. So the area under this influence line diagram will, and then multiplied with this W will give the bending moment. So we have to find out the area here. And also we can mark down as this tail point can be marked down as A dash and this head point will be marked down as B dash. And also the distance from the support to the tail point will be X, and the span length of the UDL is Z, and the remaining distance will be L minus Z minus X. Okay. So we have to find out the area of this trapezium. So first trapezium and the second trapezium you have to find out. So the area will be Y1 plus YC by 2, then multiplied by this distance, that is A dash C. Okay. Then second trapezium YC plus Y2 by 2 multiplied by this B dash C. Okay. I hope this equation is very clear. Then you have to consider this small triangle and this bigger triangle. You have to formulate this similar triangle law. So you will get Y1 by X will be equal to YC by AC. That is written here. Y1 by X, that is in the smaller triangle, equating to this YC by AC, that is in the bigger triangle. Similar triangle property is applied here. Similarly, you can apply in this case also. So you will get Y2 by L minus Z minus X equals YC by BC. So you can write down as Y1 and Y2 in this format. Then you have to substitute these values in this Y1 and Y2. Okay. And after that, you will get another equation in this format. You have to expand all the brackets, including this L minus Z minus X also. So after elaborating, we have to find out the area to be maximum. If the area to be maximum, we have to take the derivative with respect to X. So in this case, only two terms with the value of X. The rest of the terms will be going to be 0 if you take the derivative. So this term and this term only will have the derivative. So you can write down as YC by AC multiplied by A dash C by 2. That is X will become 1. And here also minus YC by BC multiplied by 1 by 2 B dash C equal to 0, and finally you will get A dash C by AC equals B dash C by BC. So this is the equation you will get, and if you rearrange, you can get AC by BC equals A dash C by B dash C. So this is the final equation. If a union is placed in such a way that how the beam will be divided. So here you can note down that AC by BC means what? The point will divide the beam, the same ratio, the UDL divide the point. Okay, once again I will repeat. AC by BC equal to AC by BC will be equal to A dash C by B dash C, which means that this point C divides the beam in the same proportion to the UDL divides the point C. Okay, so with this concept we will work down one problem in the coming lecture. So I hope the lecture is very clear for you. With this we will wind up today's section. Thank you all.